Coming from a fighting stance, your opponent throws a punch to your midsection, sidestep, grabbing, twisting the wrist, applying pressure. When the technique hurts, your opponent is to slap, so you know to let up on the technique. Quickly, adding the throw. Again in slow motion. You have an aggressive opponent. He attempts to punch or lunge with a knife, sidestep, grab, secure with both hands, flip. Technique completed. Now in this technique, sidestep to the other side. Reverse the roll and wrist lock, slamming your opponent to his back. Watch carefully. I block with the Shudo. I twist, I go underneath, dislocating his shoulder while I slam him to the ground. Now, full power. Slow motion. Your opponent is in a helpless position. Again, going to the outside, avoiding a punch. This time taking the wrist and hand and twisting it behind as I step around. Very, very painful technique. Adding the throw to the technique, make it twice as deadly. Now, a slight variation of this technique. When I have him down, I apply pressure to the elbow, twist his arm behind his back, using my knee as support, securing my opponent until help can come. Side step. Again, Shudo block, holding the wrist tightly and applying pressure to the elbow with the other hand. I take his arm behind his back with my knee. He's finished. Watch again. Your opponent is helpless. He must go to the ground or have his arm broken. Lock and hold. I block with my left as I sidestep and snap a punch to the nose. Following down on the elbow. Very quick movement. The punch to the nose will stun your opponent, water his eyes. He won't be able to see your next technique. Bring his wrist into your knee, your front knee. hard on the elbow. If he resists, you're in a position to break his arm. Like I showed you before, take behind, bring your outside knee inward, apply pressure. He's helpless. Sidestep, block and grab. Under the attacker's arm, grabbing his collar. You have him. Now watch again. He's in a very vulnerable position, helpless. Now in this technique, come around. Instead of the arm lock, I throw my opponent. Again, like I showed you before, elbow lock behind the back. As you can see, there are many, many variations of jiu-jitsu techniques that can be applied to the same attack. The attack this time is again a midsection strike, sidestepping, Shudo strike and block. Coming under, holding his wrist with my right hand, I lock his elbow with my left, and then I will throw him. You should be training with a partner, following the master's techniques as he does them, so you can learn these techniques for your own benefit, and if you're an instructor, you can teach them to your students. Punch to the nose to stun your opponent. Again, pressure to the elbow and the throw this time. Now, in slow motion. Now, sidestepping the midsection punch, blocking with double shudos to the tricep and the wrist area, or striking to the elbow also. Bring his elbow high, applying pressure with the left hand as you hold his wrist with the right hand. Sidestep. Block, hold, push up, and you're in a position to throw your opponent. Full power. Again, instead of the throw, take your opponent directly to the mat. Same blocking technique, but different counter. Using the palm heel to drive under your opponent's chin, sending him on his back. Sidestep, block the punch. Step in. Drive with the palm of the hand. This will break your attacker's jaw, besides putting him on the ground. Quickly now. In slow motion. Very smooth, flowing movements. Same blocking, double shudos. Striking with a punch, uppercutting the jaw. Follow to the solar plexus. Simple, effective, defensive techniques. 1. Under the jaw. 2. Knock the wind out of the opponent. The uppercut will send him on his back. Solar plexus.